Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to Zwift, a fitness journey. So today, it's another mixed bag. I'm still playing catch up. I'm just glad to actually be in that stage. Finally, I'm catching up instead of what's been pretty much the opposite over the last month of just dragging further and further behind. 80-hour work weeks, 75-hour work weeks. This week, I'm now poised for finally reclaiming some ground. Instead of getting slightly further behind just by 12, 15-hour days every day, I'm now playing catch up just a little bit. I got a tiny bit of extra sleep, made a little bit of ground on the work that needed completing, that kind of progress. But I'm still well behind to the point where I record Wednesday, post Thursday. Well, it's already Thursday morning, and I haven't had a chance to record and or post at this point. So, recording this now, gonna get it edited right away, and then get this up. So it's still gonna be a short one. I'm still well behind where I am, where I want to be, where I should be, where I could be, so on and so forth. Welcome to Makuri Island. First look, haven't been here before. I believe this is brand new. I did just do a Zwift update, and I was not aware of this being in the mix, and considering that, everybody, well, okay, not everybody, but a good 2/3 of all Zwifters that are active at the moment are here. So, I think it goes without saying that this is a brand new, and it's not just a first look for me, but a first look for, well, everyone. So, beautiful so far. Great foliage on the side of the road. Nice little forested area. I don't know if I'm going to complete a circuit. I don't know if I have the time to complete a circuit, but we'll at least get a look at what is around. Now, for the, third time out of the last four, thanks to just timing, thanks to how busy I am, I don't have time to do voiceover separately and then mesh that all together post-production. I'm just here, punishment cam, and I'm not going to be doing a ride that's terribly punishing in any way today. Just getting out and getting feet wet and having something for you in terms of content, and something for me in terms of getting legs moving. Well, alright, let's get to it. Here's what's coming on the channel. Obviously, for this, we're getting a new look, a new area unlocked. Fantastic to be able to do that. So far, it looks really cool. And I love the dust. Wow, that's so cool. Coming off from the changeover here with a dirt path there to the right that we just passed off. All right. Well, I've got things for what's coming in terms of episodes for Zwift. But I also have what's coming in terms of games featuring on the channel in the near future. If you would like some additional content, whether that is Zwift episodes, topics you want me to talk about, to cover, or whether that is games that you'd like me to get into and cover in the near future, things that are getting ready to come out, not existing games. I'm looking at new releases. Do let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely take that into account. And that's part of why I'm doing this today. Is I am looking. I'm fishing for ideas. So do share those ideas if you have them. Doesn't necessarily mean I'll use it, but I'm grateful to have it, and very well could end up using some of your ideas. So, great opportunity for you to get involved. Also, new thing for the channel, and I need to actually get active and do it and start having it be a thing, is I have, after 8 years since the last time I posted anything on Twitter or really been active on Twitter, I have launched my channel Twitter account and ready to get active with that, and I'll start posting some content on there, including my weekly updates are going to be shifting from the channel to Twitter in the same format that they have now, with scoring pages and whatnot, but I'll be posting that on the Twitter account instead of making a video about that each week. Alright, well, let's get to this. So, first up, some of my ideas. These are not in any particular order, but these are upcoming episodes, discussion topics for Zwift. Continuing Giro coverage. I did a preview. I did a midway point. I will be wrapping that up when we get to the end of the Giro, and then of course the tour coming not long after that. But as we still have the Giro ongoing, just quick on stage 11. Stage 11 did turn out the way I expected. Did have an impact, and it was Bernal who benefited most on the day, as while he didn't win the stage, beat all the rivals, claiming 11th on the stage behind 10 breakaway riders, who it was wise of the GC teams to go that route, to take on the stage in a direct way, head-to-head way, and allow the breakaway to just go claim the stage so that you didn't have your normal... Thanks, Brad. So that you don't have your normal term I'm looking for here. Lost my train of thought. Thanks, Brad. Blame you for that one. No, I'm kidding. I really did lose my train of thought. Oh, right. So you don't have your normal classics riders pushing to win stage 11 unless they were part of that breakaway. And as a result, it turned the follow-up into simply a GC battle. And so then it was a team battle. And oh my goodness, fireworks ensued, specifically with Ducati Quickstep. And the absolute debacle of, are they going to support Evenepoel? And then, no, we're not going to support Evenepoel. And then Almeida drops back to support Evenepoel, who's already so pissed off at this point that they didn't do it sooner, that he's like, screw you, go away. Yeah. And so then Almeida rides off again. And then they're like, no. We said we're going to support you. We're going to support you. Lost 2 minutes. Evenepoel should have been the favorite for the stage. But at the same time, we think about this in a more concise manner. The guy hasn't raced in a year. And it's exactly what I was saying. That he's not in a state right now that is conducive to winning the Giro d'Italia. He wasn't built for that before. He might have lost weight and been preparing for it. But what form does he have when he hasn't raced? Whew, that got steep quick. So anyway, I predicted Evenepoel would be either just outside of the top 10 or just making the top 10 through time trial ability at the end of the race. And that's already playing very much the way I had predicted. But anyway, moving on, we will continue talking about the Giro, and I'll talk more about stage 11 again in the coming days as the Giro goes to wrap up. Next thing, studio tour. So I want to do a tour of the studio and what it's like, what I've got going on in here. I mean, you can see the background that I have, but that doesn't tell you much of what's behind the camera, what I'm staring at, what I'm working with. So that's coming. And at the same time, and linked together with that, probably the very next episode, for those who think about doing YouTube or Twitch or whatever, a lot of people are curious about, what do you make? What do you earn as a YouTuber? And I'm going to go ahead and break that down. It's been coming for a while. I've been waiting for the right time to do it. But what does a channel with 2,000 subscribers actually earn? How long it's taken me to get to that point, and kind of the rate I'm at to get to another point. So that's a big topic coming for a future date, and I will reveal actual numbers from the channel, real data, and not just kind of give you it's about like no. I'll give you exact. I'm very transparent like that, so no problem sharing that info with you. Olympics, hopefully, are finally coming this summer. It's still a little bit in doubt, but should be coming. And with that, especially with the namesake of the channel being tied to the Olympic Decathlon, of course, we're going to be covering the Decathlon and the Olympics themselves. And kind of throughout that time, I'll be giving fairly extensive coverage for a couple weeks anyway of what's happening with the Olympics. Also, as this weekend is going to bring about the end of the Premier League season, of course, other leagues across Europe also coming to conclusion, but I don't follow them in a strong enough sense that I belong giving feedback on leagues that I just don't follow closely. But I'll give my recap of the Premier League season and how things have gone there, how I feel about it. Alright, so now I move on to upcoming game releases. Games that I'm planning on featuring on the channel. They don't always end up working out. I get closer to release date and look at my schedule, look at what time I have to put things in, and look at the releases and kind of probe what's going to be out there and whether it's a game that I even want to play or not. So, subject to change. Here's my upcoming releases, really for just the next month and a half. So I probably won't have room for all of these. Coming up within a week, Tennis Manager 2021. It's up my alley as a sports management game, and while I haven't really followed tennis in years, it's still a fun little sport and could be potentially a good game. So either at least a first look, if not a full-blown series. Going Medieval, coming up about a week later, right at the turn of the month. Looking forward to that one. Good strategy game, at least looks to be a good strategy game. But I've already skipped past a couple recent potential strategy game titles. So we'll see if that's the one that I finally land on, give a shot to. And then of course, the obvious, PCM 21, Pro Cycling Manager. That's the bread and butter of the channel, so I will absolutely be covering that. But this year, I'm also playing for the first time, never even played the title before, for the first time, I'm looking at doing the counterpart, the Tour de France title. So, this perspective where you actually control the rider as opposed to managing the team the way you would in PCM. So looking forward to giving that a shot. We'll see how in-depth we end up going with that. But I'm definitely going to showcase that on the channel this time around. Next one, from a fellow YouTuber, as the creator of this title, The Cyclist Tactics. It's another one. We'll see how in-depth I end up going, but absolutely getting a first look and potentially a full series. I don't expect it to be a full year type title, but definitely give it some attention. And then we have We Are Football, another sports management game of the football/soccer variety. And then coming out in July, the new F1 title, F1 2021, is the last one on the radar at the moment. But I have lots of other games on the radar that lack release dates, and again and again here of late, games that are TBD on release dates suddenly have a release date just a few days away or maybe a week away. So there's absolutely other contenders that could and should pop up and get into that mix. Anyway, as I go to take the castle path on this one, I'm not going to be finishing out my lap. A beautiful place. Wow, there is the castle that we're coming up on. Very much looks like a Japanese type scenery for this one. Some Shinto, traditional Japanese. There's the cherry blossoms, which actually grow fairly well here in the northwest of the United States. So we got cherry blossoms all over the place. And yeah, so beautiful. My wife's a huge fan. The moment they start blooming for the year, she's pulling out the phone camera and going to town, taking pictures, even from the car, even with the bugs on the windshield. She doesn't care. Alright folks, well, like I said, quick, easy ride, but definitely see that my legs are getting back to a decent state. But they're definitely not where they were, so it's going to be weird after 3 weeks of just chaos riding, survival riding. See, interesting to see how long it takes me to get back into tip-top shape. I think the biggest thing is not going to be the strength in the legs, it's going to be the rest in the body, how quickly I can recoup the expended energy over the last month that has seen me reach the point of total exhaustion. And a short nap yesterday is a step in the right direction, but it's nowhere near going to have my body recovered. But I'm hoping maybe by next week, with this weekend, plans for this weekend, work to do, work to get caught up on, but nothing compared to recent weeks, meaning getting caught up, especially on rest, will be good. And final weekend of Premier League soccer, it's all happening live at once, so simultaneous kickoffs means I don't have 3, 4, 5, 6 games to watch. But of course, F1, Monaco, a lot of people diss on it because there's not much passing. For me, it's the most challenging track in the world, period, and therefore deserves extreme respect. And it's so beautiful, it's so crazy that they still, 7 decades later, still manage to get cars around the streets of Monaco. So that is going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and especially comment below upcoming titles, additional ones if you want to see them, and upcoming episodes, additional topics if you want to hear it. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.